What is going on, guys? It is Austin. We are out here at another one of my mini neighborhood ponds we have. I haven't fished this one in probably a little bit over a year, but you know, we got some overcast conditions. I got a lot of rain last night. Really good fishing weather. It's about 75 degrees outside. Got a frog tied on, got a jerkbait tied on, got a drop shot tied on. We really have no idea what we're gonna get into out here today, but we're gonna figure it out. And I'm making a video again, which I haven't done in 2 years, so this should be interesting. But I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope we can catch a fish. Let's go. Alright, I think we're going to start off with a frog. Got a lot of shallow, a little bit of slop over here. Water's murkier than I wanted it to be, but see if this can get anything done. Oh, golly! I didn't even see that. That is annoying. Because I didn't see it. I don't know how big it actually was. It just had an incredibly weak strike to it. There's this line of... Oh my God, I cannot set the hook on a fish. They're hitting it, but they ain't hitting it. You know what I'm saying? That's two. Two for sure. And I've come up and hit it. That thing was tiny, whatever it was, but even still. What the? I don't know if I need to wait longer or... That one almost killed me. Alright, so because we missed about 18 fish, actually we missed 7, not even exaggerating, on this little guy right here, this frog. We've switched to something I can still throw weedless into those shallow areas where I'm getting bit, but at the same time it's not a frog and it's not a topwater, so maybe we can get a little more aggressive strike. I think that's the big issue here, is that everything I'm getting is just little rollovers and stuff. There's a couple that have hit it aggressively that I still haven't caught, which means that there's a good chance they're small, but they're still big enough to be hitting a frog. And so because of that, I have switched to the closest thing I can find to a swim bait, which is this little jackal deal I have. It's actually more like a fluke. This thing right here, I got on a little weighted swim bait hook, about probably a 1/8 ounce. And this thing just darts around in the water a little bit. And I've used it 2 or 3 times before. I've caught some fish on it, not a lot. It just darts around, kind of slow fall. Hopefully that can entice a couple of these things to actually eat it, as opposed to just leaving it there or just nipping at it. The last 9 I've had. See if we can get him to hit. That's an awful cast. There's a bass. Finally! And he is absolutely atrociously small. I think he's dead. Oh, he's still alive. So that's the culprit right there. He's literally not moving. That guy right there. About a 12-incher, maybe. I don't know. Pretty fish, healthy fish. I think he's dead. He did. I literally dragged him in. There he goes. Finally, we have hooked a bass. Alright, time to move. Alright. We now have the waterproof case on, which means y'all probably cannot hear me, but we are going to give this some more time. Missed about 10 fish, caught about 1. I'm gonna pitch this drop shot down this weed line. See if any of those pesky little things I was missing on the jerkbait will want to hit. I think my lure is bigger than this one. And there went one on the jerkbait. Oh, that's a better fish. A little bit better. Oh, there we go. About 1.5 pounds. Finally. Oh, he just hooked the bad. Alright. Got it. He's bloody. We got it. The biggest fish of the day so far on that soft plastic jerkbait. There he goes. I really hope y'all enjoyed that video. Obviously we didn't catch a lot of size as far as bass go and everything, but it was a good day on the water overall. We caught quite a few fish. I think I've lost count pretty much how many bass I caught. There was a lot I didn't show in the video just because it would have been a 20-minute long video if I would have included all my fish catches. But as it is, we caught some good bass that day on several different lures, and I mean it was pretty productive. But something I wanted to talk about that I haven't talked about in any other videos, I've just done fishing and everything, is wildlife conservation. You know, sort of your etiquette out when you're in nature and when you're in wildlife. And I split that into 2 main parts, and the first one I'll talk about a little bit is definitely how you treat the areas you are in. You know, so the first thing would probably be litter. You know, and a lot of I'm blessed with a ton of ponds around my area to fish, but a lot of them are just trashed with everything from beer cans to paper to plastic to cigarettes to you name it. There's stuff littered all over these ponds, and I've actually caught several fish that not in the ponds but down into the coast that have plastic and other things in their stomachs because they're eating it and it's hurting them, and they have sores around their bodies and stuff that are coming from being caught up in plastic. I caught a redfish one time down at the coast with some plastic caught on the end of his tail that was engaged into his under one of his scales and stuff. So that's a big thing that I really am passionate about as a outdoorsman and someone who loves to be in the outdoors. Is I would love to keep my area that I am able to fish in clean, you know, and it helps the wildlife and it helps my experience, and it's going to help all of y'all's experience too. Anybody who can take the time, and if you see any trash, to pick it up, or if you're out there with some buddies or whatever and you don't have a trash can, you feel like just throwing it into the pond, take a thought real fast there and really decide whether or not that's a good decision for you, because it's ultimately going to come back and bite you when you're fishing in an area that's trashed or hunting in an area that's trashed, and it affects the animals as well. The other thing, the other part of conservation that I wanted to talk about just for a minute is the limits set on both game for hunting and fish limits, bag limits for fishing. And that's something that I really am also passionate about, because I know from stories of my grandparents and people in my family that fishing and hunting in many places is not what it used to at all, and not used to be at all. And the reason behind that is people are not following bag limits. And I see pictures all the time on social media of people with bags and bags of bull redfish down at the coast, when in reality you're only allowed to keep one per person, and there's two people holding up 10 of them. And it's depleting the populations, both in fishing and in hunting. There's people that shoot multiple bucks and multiple does that they don't have tags for, and at some point in time, this is going to really harm everything that people work for and everything people enjoy out in nature. So what I ultimately want to put across with saying all this is that it's everybody's outdoors. It's not just yours. It's not just mine. And if we all will pay attention to the laws that these people, these game wardens and everybody have established for the nature, it will really enhance our experience going forward, and it helps us be able to keep enjoying everything we enjoy about the nature and the outdoors. So keep that in mind. I hope you enjoyed this video again, and I just want to put that piece in because I know I've seen a lot of it lately, people breaking laws and rules as far as outdoors, and I just want to make it known my feelings on that. So hope y'all enjoyed the video. We'll have more coming soon, so thank you very much.